There are people who will spend their entire lives waiting for motivation. They will rearrange their desks, watch productivity videos, buy new notebooks, clean their rooms, optimize their routines, all in preparation for a version of themselves that never fully arrives. Not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack desire, but because something inside them is engineered to prefer stability over expansion. Here, as the uncomfortable truth, your brain experiences change as loss before it experiences it as gain. When you try to become disciplined, your brain registers the loss of comfort. When you try to become confident, it registers the loss of anonymity. When you try to become exceptional, it registers the loss of belonging. The nervous system does not immediately calculate long-term rewards. It reacts to immediate uncertainty. That's why growth feels destabilizing. Consider something ordinary. You decide to wake up at 5:30 a.m. instead of 7:30. Nothing catastrophic is happening. You are safe. Yet your body negotiates. It produces heaviness. It manufactures convincing arguments. It highlights the warmth of the bed with suspicious intensity. This is not a character flaw. It is predictive regulation. Your brain is constantly forecasting. It builds models from past experience and tries to minimize surprise. Neuroscientists call this predictive processing. The brain prefers what it can anticipate. Surprise equals error. Error demands energy. So when you step outside your routine, speak differently, think differently, act differently, you increase prediction error. And the brain responds by pushing you back toward the familiar baseline. That baseline becomes your psychological thermostat. Raise it too quickly, and internal alarms activate. That's why someone who earns more money may unconsciously sabotage it. Why someone who loses weight may drift back. Why someone who starts improving their life suddenly feels strangely anxious. Improvement disrupts identity. And identity is one of the brain's most guarded constructs. You are not just changing behavior, you are threatening a narrative. I'm not the type of person who... People like me don't. This is just how I am. Those sentences are neural shortcuts, compressed summaries of repeated experience. Altering them requires sustained contradiction of past evidence. That is metabolically demanding and emotionally uncomfortable. So the brain protects continuity. It whispers moderation when boldness is required. It suggests patience when action is necessary. It amplifies doubt when momentum appears. And because the voice sounds rational, you trust it. The danger is not dramatic failure. The danger is quiet stagnation disguised as prudence. But here is the critical distinction. Resistance is not a verdict. It is a signal. Discomfort does not mean wrong, it often means new. The moment you reinterpret internal friction as a predictable neurological response rather than a personal deficiency, the dynamic changes. You stop arguing with yourself emotionally and start managing yourself strategically. Change then becomes less about inspiration and more about calibration. Not waiting to feel ready, not waiting to feel fearless, but understanding that fear is a feature of the system, not a command. Your brain wants you safe. It does not automatically want you expanded, and growth begins the moment you stop confusing the two.